welcome to Mystical Adventures. My name is Ann Vivian. Thank you so much for joining me. How is your week going? How is your March going, my friends? I am so absolutely delighted that you, my kindred spirit, soul traveling, dreaming, seeking spiritual friends, are connecting with me this show. This show, I have a big announcement. I'm just going to say it right from the beginning. That announcement is this is my final show on A1R. This will be the final episode of Mystical Adventures. No, say it isn't so. This is where I could have gotten that Michael Jackson quote in for my producer. I will later in the show. He dared me to. So I will not be continuing the show here. And life is filled with transitions and endings and beginnings, isn't it? This has been an absolutely fantastic network to host my show. This has been the first radio show podcast that I have hosted, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The producers, the whole team, top notch. I highly recommend A1R. If you are a holistic practitioner or psychic or medium and want to have a network for support for hosting your podcast and have live radio and take live calls, this is a great show to do that. So I recommend them. And I'm really sad to leave them. It's just time for the next chapter. And I leave with gratitude and respect and love, and just moving on to the next chapter for my show with a different network. So if you'd like to find out more about the next chapter for me with my new show, please visit my website, creativepsychestudio.com, and Psyche is spelled Psyche, or visit my Facebook page, Creative Psyche, Creative Psyche, and you'll find out details about where I am moving next. So drop that bomb on you, and it's time to get to today's last show, shall we? I am going to pull a few cards as usual, business as usual for the week ahead. This week of March 8th, 2022, I'm going to share a message from an archangel, the Archangel of Life Review, or one of them, that is. And I thought that we could just review a little what I have shared with you on this mystical adventure of a show, and kind of share with you the highlights that I kind of want to end on with this last show here on A1R. So let's get to the energy for the week ahead. And remember, whenever you tune into the show, if it's an archived episode, podcast, YouTube video that I have archived, whenever you're watching or listening, that's the right time for you to hear the message that you're hearing. So don't worry about it if you're tuning in and you're getting this message not the week of March 8th, 2022. I'm pulling some cards for the week. Ooh, lots of things happening. It's a week of transitions for a lot of people, not just myself with me transitioning with this show, but a lot of people I know experiencing big transitions in their life. I mean, isn't life just one big transition? It's like change after change after change. Enough already with the change. Come on. And yet there's more change following. But a lot of people are noticing they're in a transitional period, and noticing kind of a, intense way to say it is a volatile energy. There's, volatile energy on the planet, but there's also opportunities for growth and switching gears and bringing your life more into alignment with your soul, and letting go of what is no longer vibrating with you, and co-creating what is more in alignment with what your soul wants to create. And it is neither good nor bad. It is neither, evil nor good. It is the path of evolution and growing, isn't it? Change. So we have some change cards here. I pulled the Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Judgment, and the Page of Wands for the energy for this week. I feel like the focus at the beginning of this week is on finance, it's on values, it's on worth, the political situation that's happening worldwide, and the conflict, Russia and Ukraine. It's bringing up a lot of questions about our values, questions about, and I wrote a little bit about this in my blog, if you want to check that out on my website, questions about how to handle conflict, how to participate in global conflict. What is our role? What are our values? What are our national values? What are our individual values? And that has a lot to do with that Tauran energy that was in the beginning of the week. What do we believe in? What do you believe in? So we're focused on that in the beginning of the week. And there might be a big focus on finances, security, planning for financial gain. And there's opportunities to make shifts to create more abundance in your life. The challenge this week is clarity. You might feel a little bit lack of energy or focus. It might be hard to you might feel like you're herding cats almost, as I get in the collective energy. It might be a little bit hard to zero in on what you want to say, what the plan is, how you can, solve problems. And you might feel a little bit scattered, or like a space cadet, as my friend says. Sometimes we all feel like space cadets. So the challenge is using your creativity and your imagination to expand your mind and get creative ideas, but then focusing it down just one baby step at a time. Sometimes the energy does not favor a lot of focus, and you just work the best you can with the focus you do have available. And as you take one baby step after the other, that can build some momentum towards more progress and focus. So I feel like the guidance for this week is judgment. I feel like later this week, people are going to have breakthroughs. I feel there's going to be more forgiveness and release and compassion. And I feel like you have an opportunity to forgive yourself, forgive others, to let go of some things maybe that you've been carrying. I feel like this week, the message is go with the flow and don't try to force things. Don't try and force your opinion on someone else. Let bygones be bygones, kind of, and allow other people to be themselves. It's very Aquarian energy. And I feel like you'll have the opportunity to shift gears in your relationships, in how even you're looking at finance, and be able to come at it with an attitude of goodwill, of love, of optimism. And I feel like there's going to be some opportunities for starting over, for allowing new energy to enter your life and honoring that energy from before at the same time. And you might come to understand more your role in what you created, be that something you wanted or didn't want, and to be able to come to terms with that for yourself. Judgment is also about atonement. It's about making amends. It's about resolution and resolving something. As you resolve something, it puts you in the right place to lighten the load so you can move on to the next chapter, doesn't it? It's hard to go on a hot air balloon ride if you're way down with 50,000 anvils. You got to let go of some of those anvils. Or even if you're way down with, a lot of, jewelry or animals or beautiful things, you can't take everything with you if you're lightening up. But you can always co-create more abundance and blessings in your life. Page of Wands is coming out in this week's card reading as well. I feel like this week, a lot of us are going to get some good news. A lot of us are going to feel more inspired. I feel like there's a cheerfulness in the air, and that how much cheerfulness and inspiration you experience is directly related to what you can resolve and forgive and come to terms with and let go of this week. So who can you forgive? And maybe it's yourself. Maybe you need to forgive yourself. Maybe you need to ramp up that old self-compassion, my friend. Maybe it's old ideas about managing finance. Maybe I feel like a lot of us are letting go of self-critical inner dialogues and over criticizing ourselves. And I feel like a lot of us are noticing that we're less judgmental of those around us. And this can open the gateway for improved relationships, improved self-esteem, like the channeled message from last week, where we had the spirit helper of the month give us a message, Archangel Jeremiel, for the month of March. As you forgive, and as you forgive yourself and others and let go of these resentments, these hatred or anger towards someone else, you open the doorway to higher consciousness. You open the doorway to inspiration. You open the portals in your mind and your heart and your mind, body, spirit, so that the energy can flow. And so as you can come to terms, as you can forgive, as you can let go, as you can love yourself and your neighbor and process some of that anger. Maybe you need to talk about it or make some angry art or write an angry letter before you can let go of that anger. Maybe you need to take positive action. Maybe you need to transform that anger into action towards positive change and being a part of positive change in your world. Maybe you need to have a heart-to-heart with someone or even confront someone. Whatever it is, coming to terms with it, letting go of what's no longer serving you, shifting your attitude so that you can open the portals of your mind, body, spirit to the inspiration that wants to come through. That is available to you this month. If we're clogging our mind with self-criticism and self-hatred and shame, if we're clogging our minds with anger or resentment or criticism of someone else, we are not open as channels for our inspired ideas towards action, our genius ideas and creative momentum that wants to come through our consciousness. And so this week, let go. Reflect on what you need to let go of and notice how you have new inspiration and even new opportunities come to you. I believe the Unity minister, Catherine Ponder, writes about how, as you, there's a bunch of Unity authors and different metaphysical authors who write about this. As you practice the art of forgiveness, it can open up doorways to abundance in your life. So who do you need to forgive? How do you need to forgive yourself? Learn to love yourself more, forgive others, learn to love others better. And notice as you do that how the energy is moving in your life. Health, wealth, happiness. It can open so many doorways. And maybe you need to see someone. Maybe you need to see a psychic or spiritual advisor or counselor or a shaman or even just a really wise friend in order to process some of this and let it go. Those are the cards, tarot cards for this week. Let's pull some angels and ancestors cards for this week, shall we? Okay, we've got Knight, be brave and honest. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. And Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. There's that honesty. Be brave and honest with yourself. And as we can speak the truth with compassion and honesty, we are acting with integrity. And you can be a knight for higher consciousness, for divine love, as you're able to face your own truth. And as you're able to face your own truth, speak your own truth, you can see that reflected in the world and help others do the same. And there's a lot of healing in that. We've got Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. I feel like a lot of people this week might have revelations. They might understand the undercurrents of some medical issue. They might understand the underlying issues of some problematic dynamic in relationships or a financial issue. And there's going to be some inner wisdom, there, some intuition that's going to be available to us this week. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. We are in changing times. And the fox is really wise when it comes to shape shifting. It is an animal totem and spirit animal that teaches us how to shift and change and transform. Foxes know how to camouflage themselves, when to be seen, when it's appropriate to be seen, when it's appropriate to, well, hide, how to present yourself. And so for a lot of us, we're going through shifts and changes, and we're figuring out how to bring our persona, how we present ourselves, more in alignment with our soul and our spirit. We're understanding how to maybe communicate in an effective way that is truthful, that is showing our truth, but also doing it in a appropriate way and with compassion, because it's not always the right decision to share everything with everybody all the time. So I'm feeling the energy for this week from the angels and ancestors cards is to trust yourself, my friend, to take some leaps of faith, to take steps, to take action steps, and to remember to trust your inner knowing as you begin to understand the undercurrents of what maybe has been out of balance in your life, that you can bring more into balance by paying attention to this inner wisdom coming through. And you do that by trusting and letting go and having faith and forgiving. It puts you in the right vibration to receive that inner knowing. I'm going to pull an angel card or two. Okay, we've got Ariel, nature, who also is associated with prosperity and finance, and purity. I think purity, this goes along so much with the Judgment tarot card vibe. There's a purification this week, and allow yourself to purify your thoughts and to really have a good look in the mirror to understand your motives and intentions, and maybe some unintentional behaviors or thought patterns that you are maybe becoming aware of that would be helpful to reprogram. And that, again, opens that doorway for abundance. Here comes Ariel, nature, prosperity, the material plane. And I feel like Ariel is here to remind us to honor the nature around us. What we put out comes back to us. And as you honor the material plane around you, your body, the earth, the place that you live, that does help, that attitude of gratitude and appreciation, that does help to raise the vibration of your actual surroundings. It's like a mirror. It's like a boomerang. And as you let go of some of the perhaps lower vibrational energies you've been projecting in your life, and learn how to manage them and process them and take care of yourself, then that can help raise the vibration so that you are putting out mostly energies and thoughts and feelings of a higher nature, love and gratitude and hope and inspiration. We all have moments of criticism and even hatred and anger and confusion and sadness. Those are normal. So don't suppress that, but learn to manage it and take care of yourself so that you're not repeating that cycle and that circle of lower vibrational thoughts, that you're finding a way to allow that part of you to express, allow that part of you to have a channel for release. I'm going to read to you the Spirit Helper message of the week. This is from Archangel Jeremiel. He is an angel associated with life review and transitions. And of course, this is my last show here, so I felt a connection with this angel coming to offer guidance, but it feels like a very transitional period in time collectively. So this is the message for March 8th, 2022 from Archangel Jeremiel. There is always hope. There is always a benefit and a blessing in the investment of a review. Take time to understand the transition you are in now and how best to leave behind that which should stay in the past and bring with you what wants to come into your present and future. Allow the learning from the past chapter to permeate your mind and allow me to help you to recall what is most important that will help you to move forward with ease. Align yourself with any transition you are in right now by imagining a gateway and imagining that this portal will assist you from the angelic realms to attain a new level of consciousness that is appropriate to the next world you are about to enter. As you align yourself with the new energies in front of you, it helps you to make sense of the meaning and relevance of energies behind you. As you step through the gate, you can be reminded that life is filled with transitions and gateways to new and different opportunities, situations, energies, and circumstances. Earthly life provides the playground for jumping through these gateways and using all of the different experiences as foundation for the beautiful life you co-create and the expanded love you unfold. Thank you, Archangel Jeremiel, for that message. I love that metaphor of the gateway. And are you at a gateway, my friend? Are you experiencing some changes in your life or experiencing a lot of changes on the planet this past couple of years? And as you can view it in a positive way, all of the gateways that I walk through, all of these portals, I've learned something different each time. And can I take away from each chapter what is most relevant? Ask Archangel Jeremiel to help you with this. I just want to say it's been an honor and a pleasure to do this show, host this show, Mystical Adventures, for the past year and a half on A1R. We've gone through so many mystical adventures together. We've looked at dream work, my multidimensional manifesting program. I've shared with you intuitive art that I've created, channeled messages and guided meditations. We've explored metaphysical principles, universal laws. I've had some amazing guests. And I just want to remind you to check out my website, Creative Psyche Studio. Psyche is spelled Psyche. And my Facebook page, Creative Psyche, to see what my chapter is and what's happening next with my show, which will continue. And check out my website also for my blog and the groups and services that I'm offering this coming weekend. I have in-person groups at the Red Barn in Durham, Multidimensional Manifesting and Dream Circle. Do you remember all the times that I have shared these events and different things with you? There, I worked it in, Dave. And I have some online things happening. He asked Annie, are you okay? Yes, I am okay, Dave. I have some online things happening, an intuitive development class online and a dream class in April. So check that out. It's on my website, on my Facebook page. I want to thank A1R. I want to thank Dave and Connie. You've been amazing. And this network has been amazing. I want to thank everyone who's tuned into any one of my shows. I just feel your connection and love, and I just appreciate you so much. And it's an honor to connect with you. So stay connected with me. I wish you blessings and love, and A1R blessings and love, and I will see you soon. Take care.